breaking news. By 2050, 60% of all global adults are going to be either overweight or obese. How have we got to this point? Where's it all gone wrong?
How has it come to this?
That means statistically, either me or you are going to be overweight or obese. Or are you already overweight on the BMI?
I think I'm a little bit overweight.
So I suppose these things don't take into consideration the
muscle. But
muscle.
The average person doesn't work out. So
yeah.
It's in large populations, it makes sense still, BMI. But for individuals who train for muscle like crazy, it becomes a bit skewed. Yeah. I think if you've gained, like, I don't know how much muscle I've got on my frame, but it could be like an extra 10 kg of muscle added onto an average frame. And that would just put me bang in the middle of BMI if you took off the muscle, I reckon.
Yeah. Well, I got, obviously at 92 kg, I got close to, well, I was clearly overweight. No, to be obese, I'd have to be 105 kilos. Oh,
yeah, you still had a good way to go. And you were big at that time as well. That's crazy.
That was an extra 13 kg. That'd be incredible.
That's still loads. Yeah, your waistline would be like 40 inches or something.
Yeah. Well, I've just lost 15 kg.
Yeah.
But then at the top end, that weight compiling, most of it's just fat. Like, let's be honest, people get into obese unless they're, maybe rugby players.
Yeah, but they're huge everywhere.
But the average person, as you always go back to, these studies always support the average person and their lifestyles, doesn't it?
So in large sample sizes, it still works. It's fine because it levels out all of the outliers.
I imagine people creep into being overweight just from being sedentary. Yeah. And their diet is just very casual and not even thinking about it. Like, I think a lot of people their weight just creeps up and they don't even realise exercise isn't part of their DNA. They don't really identify with any of it.
Brought up with it. I suppose it's the spread of fast food, like Mackie D's, Burger King, to all areas of the world, really. Even in impoverished countries, they're getting these high-calorie, nutrient-poor foods.
Yeah, and imagine being the first generation in that country.
Yeah, you got no chance. No chance.
You're like unbelievable.
Yeah, it would taste unbelievable, and you'd have no education or defense against it, really. At least in the West, we're aware of how unhealthy it is. We're trying to combat it, but in countries where they've just been introduced, they've just got no chance.
Yeah, it's definitely I think your environment is massive. I was watching this program the other day about, it's called It's Your Fault I'm Fat, and it's about the almost the teenager / adult kid is just basically obese, and they're almost sitting down with their parents being basically it's your fault because the parents are always obese as well.
Yeah.
So it's we've all ended up like this because of you. And then they go through the diet and the diet's all trash. The portions are way too big. And it's it's no wonder. If you actually put some parameters in place, we're going to exercise just a couple of days a week.
Sometimes it doesn't take much just to tip you into the calorie deficit or even just maintenance.
And then it's just a case of eating. You'd be amazed about how much weight you could actually lose by just eating a regular diet. Doesn't have to be anything fancy at all.
You can lose weight, you look a lot better, and all your health markers will improve right away as soon as the weight comes off. Even if your diet isn't 100% perfect, just losing the weight alone will help your health. Yeah, it's pretty important, guys. Don't let it get out of control. And take some responsibility on it as well. Don't blame your genetics. Don't say, I don't know, it's someone else's fault. Take ownership of it.
Yeah, the whole genetics discussion is an interesting one. Obviously, the classic is a few hundred years ago, there weren't loads of people walking around at a heavier weight. I mean, I guess you had, the upper classes who had way more access to food and drink than the rest of the population. I just think of
Henry VIII.
Yeah, but that's a very small percentage, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's because they have the access to the food. I think a big part of it is how much dopamine you get from food as well. Some people just whatever signal that the food sends to your brain seems to be stronger in some people than others. Like for me, I don't really care. I'm pretty indifferent to most foods. Like, yeah, it tastes nice, but it doesn't trigger my brain like, oh my God, I need to have loads of it. Sometimes I do with Haribo though.
Haribo, yeah, the sweets.
Yeah. But even then, I've got the willpower to stop pretty easily.
Well, I think it's all in moderation. It's fine, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not.
You could literally, if it's in your macros, you could get away with eating a whole pack of Haribo. It's bad for you. It's just a lot of sugar, but you could still be in a deficit.
It's like, you could eat 1,000 calories in one meal, but then you'd be really struggling for the rest of the day and not then go over.
Yeah.
So obviously, that's why when you're losing weight, just have smaller amount of calories so you can eat more frequently.
Yeah.
And it's all just setting yourself up for success, really, isn't it? Like using a common sense approach.
I think the key is as well is to eat foods that are filling. They fill you up, they make you feel full, but they're not calorie dense. Like fat-free yogurt. That's like a go-to one if you're trying to lose weight. Because it's not very calorie dense, but it'll fill your stomach up and make you feel like you don't need any more food. Yeah, don't go for really high sugary carbohydrates because it'll spike your blood sugar and then it'll give you cravings for it later. That's like the worst for trying to lose weight because you just get more cravings because your blood sugar spikes and then it drops down and then you just want more straight away. So staying away from sugar is definitely a good shout if you're trying to lose weight.
I wonder if there's more from a cultural standpoint, if there's more we can do. So reading up on Japan, they have actually proper school lunch programs in place where they actually take it upon themselves to make fresh food at the schools instead of just importing food. I mean, I don't know what it's like now, but I know we had Jamie Oliver and he got loads of hate back in the day.
Yeah. But we're going back a while now, when we were in school. I would like to think they've improved it, but I don't know.
And it shouldn't just be on one man who's trying to.
Yeah, why is it just taking one chef to do that?
Yeah, it should be a policy thing, an establishment thing. It should be we're looking at all this data, so you should be getting.
Well, it should be major red flags if the obesity rate's going through the roof. Why is the government not doing anything about it? They should be prioritizing fitness in schools, especially if it's getting higher and higher for young kids.
Yeah, and the education, because the problem is it's tough, isn't it? Because you can give them all the education they can have at school, but then if they just go home and the parents
are just surrounded by it immediately,
and the diet's terrible, then what? So it's a tough one, isn't it? You have to you have to basically sort out.
You can't have these foods in the house at all.
No,
a lot of the time, especially if the parents are struggling themselves. What hope do the kids have?